How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been, I don't know, relaxing, kind of normal. Still in lockdown. Went for a hike today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you go?
Otherwise, it was like okay, relaxing.
Yeah,
but nothing super special.
Yeah.
And you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Where did you go for your hike?
Oh, we went, it's like between a few villages kind of in the valley area where I live, near the Black Forest. So
Oh, wow.
definitely very, very hilly, lots of elevation, like 200 or 300 meters of elevation change. I went with my wife, so it was definitely, it was definitely a good workout, and we were like nice and tired and relaxed after the hike. And
Okay. Yeah. So are you a big hiker? Is that your kind of your bag?
I'm not like a big hiker, but I definitely like hiking. I'm definitely into it.
Oh, cool.
I feel you. Like, this is not my identity, but I do enjoy it when I go do so.
Very much so. Yep.
That's cool. How are you, Ashra?
Doing all right. Slowly healing.
Oh, goodness, what's happened?
Oh, I sprained my knee. I fell off my bike.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's
We're like,
painful.
Yeah, it's not been fun, but we're getting there. It's definitely a good trajectory.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
So.
Oh. So have you been to the doctors, or have you been self-healing?
Yeah, went to the doctors, and they were just like, yep, this is going to take 2 to 4 weeks to heal.
Oh, that's
Be gentle with it. Yeah. But it'll heal.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. A bit tired, but good.
Oh, yeah. Have you had? You said you had a busy day. Is all the busyness gone?
Yeah. I mean, I'm busy now.
Oh, of course you are. Yeah.
Right.
No, you're occupied now. This isn't busy time.
This isn't busy. Hopefully not.
Fun time.
Does busy imply boring?
Mm-hmm.
Or like unwanted?
Uh-huh.
I think busy just implies a little bit more stressful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that might be better.
Yeah.
Stress would, I think I would describe it more as stress than boredom. Yeah.
Oh.
Good point.
Well, since I am hosting, it's feeling a little bit more stressful to me than just like.
So maybe you are busy right now.
Yeah, maybe I am busy.
Oh. What wonderful things have you been doing this week, Andrea?
Well, just today I did some like normal people boring stuff, but like I went to Shree's yoga class. Well, at least Shree wasn't there, but Vera did it.
Nice.
I went grocery shopping. I baked some
What'd you bake?
chocolate brownies.
Yes, please.
Oh, tasty. Nice.
Good stuff. Have you tried them yet? Or are they in the tin?
I have.
Oh, good.
I am pleased.
Is it a good batch?
They're good.
Yes. Awesome.
Nice.
And then I found a couch and carried it upstairs with my flatmates.
Okay.
And now my entire room is basically just couch and bed, and there's nothing else.
Let's have a look.
You were able to carry it up by yourself?
No, like my flatmates helped.
Oh, okay.
And they got some chocolate brownies in exchange
as a reward.
for that.
Nice,
so,
nice.
Excellent. I like this.
Was there someone shouting pivot, or is that a friend's reference that no one gets?
What?
I'm going to go with option B there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I don't get it.
That's right. There's a famous episode in Friends where they're kind of going up this staircase with a giant sofa. Yeah, it doesn't work out very well.
I can see that
it was
being an
really
issue.
tricky. Like,
I bet,
yeah, we had to get really creative to get it upstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you manage?
Oh, like so we didn't manage to get it around. Like we couldn't just carry it around the thing. So we kind of had to lift it over the like every time there was like
like flip it kind of up.
Yes.
Okay,
like a
I am
Tetris
impressed.
piece or something. Yeah, that sounds really difficult actually. You need
It was
to take
a
them double
fun team
brownies.
building exercise.
Yeah, for sure. I can imagine. Oh my god.
Oh, is that with your new
so much
housemate?
closer. What?
Is that with your new housemate? Did that bring your new house? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they a useful sofa carrying person?
Yes.
Good.
Definitely.
That's good to know.
At least in exchange for brownies, they are.
Was that one of the questions on the interview?
Yes.
Are you good at carrying
That's
sofas?
a prerequisite. If you want to live here, you need to be able to carry a couch.
Hello, Rick.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good. Good stuff. Yeah. Have you had a haircut? Your hair looks different. To
Yes,
it.
Alex cut my hair this morning, and it feels so important.
Oh my goodness.
Yay.
I
Oh, wow.
looks cool.
Alex did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. We followed a video on how to cut your own hair without messing it up.
Nice.
You should
that
succeed
awesome?
it.
Is it the video you told us about last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, cool.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
Hey, Jonathan.
Hello.
How you doing? Right.
Okay, not so bad. And you?
Good. Keeping warm as yourself with the hat on. I've got like 3 layers on here.
I've just been out for a walk, plus my hair is getting unruly.
Ah, okay.
Might just leave the hat on actually for a little while.
No, go for it. Yeah, it's a nice hat. Okay.
Oh, cat.
Cat. Ooh, say hello, cat. Say hello.
In the hat with the
Aw,
cat.
so cute.
Aw, it's very cute.
There's a video popped up on my Facebook today, which was apparently one of the actors in Hamilton who's got like the most clingy cat ever. He's trying to do like headshots and video interviews, and this cat's just constantly jumping on him.
Oh,
It's really
yeah,
cute.
they like to snuggle and get warm and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them can really get quite attached.
Yeah. It's like, cat, I need to record this video. They can put it over there, and he gets like halfway through, and
Then it comes
starts
back.
going
You
bouncing
gotta like
around.
edit it out.
So he just gives up in the final take. He's just holding the cat the whole time.
Oh,
He's just like, all right, this is what's happening now.
Yep, gives into it. Yeah. Oh, it's hat time. I haven't got my hat handy. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
I don't think so. Anyway, I'm not cold enough for a hat.
I'm not gonna go through standing up for a hat.
No, I've got my blanket on me. That's keeping me cozy.
Ah, nice.
Excellent.
Seeing beneath the curtain there. Behind the curtain, beneath the curtain, whatever the phrase is.
Is it behind or beneath?
I
It must be
behind.
behind. It
Gotta
must
be
be behind. Yeah, beneath the curtain. Who crawls on the floor?
Ashra, what's that you got behind you? Is it like a print or?
It's like a big wall hanging.
Looks like a blanket or something.
Yes, tapestry-ish thing.
Yeah,
I
nice.
have my actual computer here, so I can't tangle too much.
That's okay. I don't worry.
But yeah,
Ah,
Nice
I'm
having an
all-
interesting background.
yes. Well, I'm all curled up in bed here,
ah.
Nice. That's awesome.
so this is like behind my headboard. So
Aw, that's so nice. You like literally get to sleep under the stars every night.
Oh,
Mhm.
Technically,
hadn't
we
thought
always
of
do. We just
that.
can't see them some of the time.
Andrea, is the sofa seeable? Is it in easy shot?
Seeable.
Seeable, viewable,
Is it in range of sight?
optical,
Line of sight?
enabled?
Kind of. Like my room is a big mess.
Oh, it's not.
we do not judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen where I'm sitting, right? This is like the stuff room.
Oh dear,
Oh no!
that didn't sound good.
Well, there's
Oh wow,
There goes the cup of tea.
cool. Looks like
there's more couch.
Oh wow,
it's like quite the lounge now.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, that's really nice.
Nice.
Fab.
So yeah,
Well
like my
set up.
entire room is now just couch, basically.
So you can play The Floor is Lava every day now. If you want.
Now it's like a great party pad.
And I actually need to climb over it to get out of my room.
Oh, small oversight maybe.
Ooh, an obstacle course.
Pardon?
Ooh, an obstacle course.
Right. So it was just because it wasn't like, well, because it was, we found it for free. So we kind of had to take it now. Like I couldn't prepare, I couldn't like rearrange
Right.
my room, get rid of stuff first. So we like carried it upstairs first. And now I have to like, sort out or like figure out how to arrange everything, and I haven't had the time yet.
Oh.
So yeah.
You'll get there.
I wanna make a German joke about Zuverschinken, but I think they're not gonna get it. And how they're the best donor
maybe
ever.
from-
Zuverschinken is the best donor ever, huh? They seem to put a lot of stuff around all the time.
Ha, ha, ha. So yeah. Super shady. Like a lot of people just put stuff outside and put a sign that says like
For free, or just take what you want, or so. I don't know. It's hard to translate into English actually.
yeah, actually.
For shanking, for gifting, or like I don't know. It's free. Come get it.
Yeah.
Nice hair, Andrada.
Yeah. It's very shiny.
Super shiny.
Purple. The
Yeah.
purple yellow contrast is cool.
So yeah.
Fresh hair.
I haven't had a haircut in a while. I need to have one.
I yeah.
Yeah.
No. This is like 7
No, I
months
can't
here.
do it.
Yeah. We'll see how long it gets.
I think, like, of the people who told me they'd read something, we're almost complete. The only person that's missing is Tara.
Oh, okay.
And I say, like, it looks like it's poetry time to me.
Yay! 2212. Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Welcome to Inspirational Women Night. Before we start, I have a question to pose to you because, like 2 years ago, I wrote a text for like an interactive like feminist exhibition thingy, and like it would fit the theme, but it's not a poem. And like the whole thing, like the whole performance was 10 minutes with like I framed it into poems that aren't by me. So I think it fits the theme, but it's not poetry, and it's a big chunk of time. So
Would we be okay with that?
Pretty
Yeah.
Can we see?
Yeah, and if you feel weird about putting it in with the stuff, you can always do it after chatty, but like I'm pro hearing it whenever.
Yeah, I'm
It's
here for that.
totally fine by me. Whenever you
Right.
feel like it's
Yep.
comfortable for you.
cool. 2 more things about it. It's very like it's quite heavy. It's quite personal.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if you're up for that kind of content.
I mean, I brought all very political poetry, so you know. Fine. Give me the
I
heavy.
have tea
the
and
soul
chocolate.
crushing.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'll be fine.
We'll all be good.
We'll be good.
Don't forget to
We'll
stay
survive.
hydrated, folks.
Oh,
Stay
yes,
hydrated.
yes.
Actually, I have water with me.
You'll
Stay
need
hydrated in
it.
case of feelings.
If you have any chocolate brownies near you, get them now.
Nope, unfortunately, I do not.
Yeah, see the mother poem. It made me cry earlier, so we'll see how that goes.
All right.
Best of luck.
Wait, are we hoping for crying or are we hoping for not crying?
I mean, it's poetry, so however your emotional reactions work, hope for that.
Yeah. I just like for a moment because I don't like I have the hide non-video participants. Like took me a moment to figure out who that was. Hi Tristan.
Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, that's fine. Welcome.
We've got a sneaky Valerie as well. Hi, sneaky Valerie.
Sneaky Valerie.
All right. Do you want the heavy stuff now or later?
Maybe ease into super heavy, like start somewhere in the middle and then get low, and then we can work our way around it.
maybe better to do it a bit later.
All right. If I look at the other poems I have, they're also not the lightest ones, so I'd have to ask for somebody else to jump in for something lighter.
I've got a few light ones.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Perfect.
Yes, please.
Yeah, probably should have got my book out first. This first one. Actually, what do you want to start on? So that I've got one which is about mother or mum, and another one which is like an independent kind of being independent vibe. What kind of vibe do you want to start with?
I think independent. Go
Independent
for it.
vibe.
Yeah, go for it.
Start strong.
Vibe. Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. So this is Being Independent by Rupi Kaur. And I love it. It's so cool. Okay. I do not want to have you to fill the empty parts of me. I want to be full on my own. I want to be so complete I could light the whole city. And then I want to have you, because the two of us combined could set it on fire.
Oh, I really
Done? Or no?
I love it. It's like,
Okay.
it's like, come on.
I wasn't sure because of the length of the poem. I was like, oh, does it keep going?
It's a tiny one, sure. I should
love
have
it.
prefaced that with saying it's a tiny one.
Nice.
Yeah, usually Rupi Kaur is very short. Yeah. Oh,
One
I
of
love
mine
that.
can follow.
Yes, go for it.
The Impossibility of Femininity by Honor Logan. Femininity is not a birthright, but something given and taken away on a man's whim. How could a woman ever define her own femininity when it is the currency of men for status, for dominance, for silence? So throw it away. Let them bicker the definition. And heed what Krzyzewski said. The word is not the thing. Femininity is merely a word, but you are a woman.
Thank you.
If we want to start just go on a landslide darker from there, I have one that's about being a woman and feeling really powerful, but it also has content warnings for the Holocaust, so it's okay if we want something else in the middle of that.
Should I go next? Because I think mine is a bit more lighthearted than that, while
Yeah,
still being
do
a bit kind of powerful. All right. So I picked The Rights of Women by Anna Letitia Barbald. Yes, injured woman, rise, assert thy right. Woman, too long degraded, scorned, oppressed, O born to rule in partial laws despite, resume thy native empire o'er the breast. Go forth arrayed in panoply divine, that angel pureness which admits no stain. Go, bid proud man his boasted rule resign, and kiss the golden scepter of thy reign. Go, gird thyself with grace, collect thy store of bright artillery glancing from afar. Soft melting tones thy thundering cannons roar, blushes and fears thy magazine of war. Thy rights are empire, urge no meaner claim, felt, not defined, and if debated, lost. Like sacred mysteries, which withheld from fame, shunning discussion are revered the most. Try all that wit and art suggest to bend, of thy imperial foe the stubborn knee. Make treacherous man thy subject, not thy friend. Thou mayst command, but never canst be free. All the licentious and restrain the rude, soften the sullen, clear the cloudy brow. Be, more than princes' gifts, thy favor sued. She hazards all who will the least allow. But hope not, courted idol of mankind, on this proud eminence secure to stay. Subduing and subdued, thou soon shalt find thy coldness soften and thy pride give way. Then, abandon each ambitious thought. Conquest or rule thy heart shall feebly move. In nature's school, by her soft maxims taught, that separate rights are lost in mutual love.
Thank you. Lyric, do you still feel yours fits after this?
Yeah, I think it still can. It also might just be a little bit of a weird one wherever it goes, but I think it could work.
Right.
This is Ode to Red Lipstick by Megan Falley. Cleopatra crushed beetles to make red lipstick, because even in 30 BC, she knew speaking 12 languages would be even more impressive when the words jumped through a ring of fire. Circus mouth, ruby woo, I smile and split the Red Sea. In medieval times, religious groups condemned makeup for challenging God and his workmanship. But I, like any good femme, know God invented lipstick. In post-war New York, butches could be locked up if they weren't wearing 3 pieces of traditional women's clothes. Lipstick, stashed in a pinstripe suit pocket, swiped on quick when someone threw their voice across the bar to warn that the cops were barging the door, could keep a queer from being a casualty for a night. And when Bergen-Belsen concentration camp was liberated, each pair of lips as pale as the next, along with the British Red Cross arrived a shipment of lipstick. No one was quite sure who asked for it. Seemed petty. What could a tube of maroon do for women whose hair, whose babies were ripped from their bodies? Who could pick up a shard of a war mirror for long enough to apply a smile? How could lipstick be necessary when there'd been experiments on children? Twins sewn together at the back, when the nail scratches and the gas chambers made their way through stone. 500 a day still dying, even when liberated. The prisoners could not be looked at as individuals. Some of them would still die as numbers. One lieutenant said he believed nothing did more for the survivors than that lipstick. Women, thin as smoke, naked everywhere, except for their mouths. Red, like they might one day flirt again, arm on a jukebox, single finger running down a tie. The next time you deem it frivolous, something left on a napkin or absent cheek, remember, red lipstick in its tube, like a bullet in reverse, giving life back.
Wow.
Yeah, super powerful, that.
Yeah.
So if you ever feel low, red lipstick is your friend.
Right. I love that imagery, like a bullet in reverse. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think I need a moment to let it settle.
That's okay. Sorry, that's just like a bit of a like, well, we were gonna ease into heavy. And I love the like power in that, but also it does a bit of a whoosh.
Yes.
It does. It does.
No, but
we can give ourselves some space after it to just.
Yeah. Might be useful.
Also, the title of the book it's from is called Drive Here and Devastate Me, and that poem lives up to the title very well.
I think so.
It
Yeah.
does.
I have one that I could.
Yeah.
It's by Kim Vodicka, who's a author. I really enjoy her poetry, and it's she's a great style, and I admire her quite a lot. This one's called Margot Hemingway, High Priestess of the Avant-Garden. And everything's coming up roses, spoiled rotten. Duchamp's bags filled with toilet-spoiled situations, on the path of least resistance and the most cake. Thus spake, whose roses die I in an excess of sameness. She wants you wine-soaked at toothless in the morning, when most appropriately sponged. I don't want to spread it, but the secrets of the orange lily, how she got so skinny, her outie looked like an innie, her first boyfriend she ate over wild rice. She can't keep her bones from growing old, no matter how hard she tries to make light. It's a real crock of bones in here tonight. We have a high level of miracle prevention. It's not that we don't know Jesus, it's just that we don't This is my high and milky credo. I feel as though I could smack, but I didn't catch her numb. I saw a daisy hanging out of her score as she shimmied off. My psychic crawler, my shapeless chunk of forfeiture, my wayfaring never was wherefore the diamond Christmas blown. The space between the thighs where the sun still shone. I must have mystique you for someone else. Even your riddles petals sometimes get sopped up with the cheap fuck. This is okay. Your impatience grow despite your get-together. I don't want to spread it, but the needle vendor, the needling to death vendor, dearth cadet, I don't want to spread it, but even heaven is a harlot narcotic, inhuman, in mesmerization, as offensive as silence, like the way you call me baby. This is my high and milky credo. It's like a summoned stupefaction. You might describe this feeling as being uplifting, like you're being lifted up in a way that actually lasts, not the feint of bra unsnap. Kill the doctor, please. I neither want to know what's wrong with us nor with the moon. This cocaine nosebleed goes out to you, Margot Hemingway. Blossoms not a sweet. We left flowers in the space where her frontal lobe used to be. We felt so important with our underlying things. We were so lonely, though we were we.
I totally see why you like her style. There's something very melodic about it.
Has to be read out loud.
That was really well read, Ashra. Thank you.
I think so too.
Thank
yeah.
you.
The rhythm and timing was really great.
Got one more of hers for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fab.
Does anybody else want to follow that? If not, I'll jump in.
Would be good. Seems like we need.
All right. Just thinking, which one? No. Okay. I'm gonna do like the performance thingy now. For my text, I'll give the content warning of that it talks about emotional abuse. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and if it ever gets too much, like you can mute the sound and just jump in when you see us clapping. So yeah, but it starts with a wonderful poem first. One of my favorite poems by Maya Angelou called Phenomenal Woman. It's a very powerful one. All right. Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees, then they swarm around me, a hive of honey bees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered What they see in me, they try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care. 'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. All right. The next thing is the text I wrote, and it's called A Love Letter to My Mom. Dear Mom, I know it isn't always easy between the two of us. I don't call you as often as you'd like. That's why I'm writing this letter to you today. There are a couple of things I've been meaning to tell you for a long time, but the words always get stuck in my throat when we see each other. I've been meaning to tell you thank you. Thank you for the things you gave to me that are incredibly valuable. Thank you that you've always had the courage to be different. You have hair under your armpits, on your legs, and in your face. You're an engineer, and you're better at maths than at German. You were happy about mud on our clothes rather than scolding us for it. You brewed the most delicious grass and mat soup ever made, built marble runs in the sandpit, and climbed trees with us. We fought water hose fights, chased paper, and bathed in clothes baskets on the terrace. We built mattress forts or secret doors and wobbly towers, and you read stories to us until you couldn't keep your own eyes open anymore. We never had to finish our plate, so the weather would be good the next day, nor did you comment on our body shape or size. You were always there for us, did the shopping, the cooking, and you sacrificed yourself for us. Because of you, I am not afraid that my partner will leave me. I am not afraid of adventures and independence. Because of you, I know to listen to my body and eat exactly as much as I want to, and feel good about it. Because of you, I like my own body. I still shave my legs and my armpits and remove my facial hair, though, as you can tell. I'm not exactly as brave as you. The comments and looks of my peers did leave an impression, because there was nothing I wanted more than to belong, when I felt so different, so alone, and so apart in so many ways. Being different can be goddamn lonely. As many women do, I compromise. I pick my fights with myself and the world around me. You couldn't protect me from it, and that would be asking too much anyway. You too left me with a few gifts that I'm not so happy about. As grateful as I am that you sacrificed yourself in caring for us, you also taught me not to take care of myself. You taught me to have no boundaries and to always say yes. You taught me to be quiet and not to fight back when somebody treats me badly. You taught me to be content with the crumbs instead of demanding a piece of the cake, even when others think I don't deserve one. Instead of a protective mama bear, I had a quiet, silent mom who didn't know how to fight back when the man she married insulted and hurt her in the worst way imaginable. And you didn't take my side when my dad told me it would be better if I was dead just because my hairdresser's appointment took longer than he anticipated. Human relationships are strange, aren't they? What gets sold to us is love, and from the outside looks like an upstanding picture book Christian marriage often is nothing but a facade. Who sees what's going on behind closed doors anyway? I'd have wished for you and for me and my brothers that you'd have learned sooner how to stand up for yourself and others. It's so important. I wish you had learned that you're valuable just like everybody else. I wish you'd have gotten that gift so you wouldn't have to fight for it, just as I am still fighting for it now. I also wish you had gotten the gift of seeing your sexuality as valuable, pleasurable, and positive, the gift of an entirely shame-free body. You never managed to use the proper words for your genitals, and until this day I struggle with this too. I still say down there way too often, rather than saying my vulva, my vagina. I didn't know what it meant to have your period until I first got it. I was so shocked and afraid that I didn't even tell you about it for a while. I didn't know what was going on, thought I had cancer and was dying, and tried to hide it. You never took me to the gynecologist because you were afraid of it yourself, and I only managed to finally gather my courage when I was 23. Until this day, I don't like going there, and I'm hesitant to book an appointment. You told me to wait until marriage for having sex. So much shame. So many things to let go of. I hope you don't feel bad about me having claimed my sexuality and living it to the fullest today. It's what I would have wanted for you. I'm glad that both of us managed to change. I'm glad to see that you now fight back when my dad says and does impossible things. I see every tiny change and I'm proud of you. And I'm also proud of myself. It's not fair, isn't it? Being a mother is pretty much the goddamn hardest job in the world. You self-sacrifice because you think that's the highest ideal. That's what a perfect mom is supposed to do. And then you get told that your kids didn't even want that. Not for us, and above all, not for you. That it even did damage. It is important to have boundaries and to take care of yourself. And you can do as many things right as you did, and it's still not enough. I hope it's okay for you to know that I see both. That I see that you aren't a good or a bad person for the things you did or didn't do. That I see that you yourself got gifts from your parents and you spent a lifetime unpacking them, good or bad. And I see that you started to turn the bad gifts into good ones one by one over time. You've always been good at arts and crafts. I hope it's okay that I still need a little more time with my gifts. You've had a head start after all. I still struggle with mine sometimes. And the times I struggle the most are the times I have a hard time picking up the phone and calling you. In spite and because of everything, I love you dearly, and I know you feel the same way. Andrea. P.S. Here's a poem by Philip Larkin that I like a lot, even when I'm not nearly as pessimistic as the author and want to have kids someday. This Be the Verse by Philip Larkin. They fuck you up, your mom and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with the faults they had and add some extra just for you. But they were fucked up in their turn by fools in old-style hats and coats, who half the time were soppy stern and half at one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man, it deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can, and don't have any kids yourself.
Thank you, Andrea.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
You are such an incredible writer. God.
Thanks. All right. Anybody else want to go?
Do you want nobody to talk about it anymore?
I might, yeah.
That's okay.
We can if that's what you actually want. I just wanted to check.
I mean, if there, like, I don't know. If you want to talk about it, you can. I might feel shy about it, but yeah.
I wanted to ask you if you have or would share that actually with your mum, or whether it's just a secret love poem for the moment.
For now, it's just a secret love poem.
I kind of expected so. Because, wow, that would be, I feel like it was very brave even just to write it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I might try to find the time to be inspired by that sometime and do something like it myself. Especially because at the beginning I was like, do we have the same mum? And then we kept going and I was like, no, we really don't have the same mum.
There's this thing that Andrea Gibson said in one of their poems that their mentor said to them about how the poems that are hardest to write are the ones that most need to get written. And that's what you saying that made me think of in my struggles about writing poems about family stuff that are like that kind of real.
Yeah.
I've got one that's got mums in it. I think Andrea's got something about mothers as well.
Right.
Andrada, sorry.
Yeah, go for it, Mike.
Okay. Thank you again for yours. That was fab. This is the Raincoat by Ada Limon. I think I'm saying that right. When the doctor suggested surgery and a brace for all my youngest years, my parents scrambled to take me to massage therapy, deep tissue work, osteopathy, and soon my crooked spine unspooled a bit and I could breathe again. And I moved more in my body, unclouded by pain. My mum would tell me to sing songs to her the whole 45-minute drive to Middle Two Rock Road and 45 minutes back from physical therapy. She'd say that even my voice sounded unfettered by my spine afterward. So I sang and sang because I thought she liked it. I never asked her what she gave up to drive me, or how her day was before this chore. Today, at her age, I was driving myself home from yet another spine appointment, singing along to some maudlin but solid song on the radio. And I saw a mum take her raincoat off and give it to her young daughter when a storm came and took over the afternoon. My God, I thought. My whole life I've been under her raincoat, thinking it was somehow a marvel that I never got wet.
Oh, I have
I
heart.
really
Yeah.
I love that
Really sweet.
ending.
Cute.
So cute.
As always, we can rely on Mike to bring something wholesome.
Yep.
Adorable.
Andrada, are you gonna read the one that made you cry?
More mothers.
Has more mothers.
More mothers. Right. Yeah. I have conflicting feelings about my mother, and this is hella positive eventually. So, yeah. Anyway, there shall be feelings. And this is Mother, A Cradle to Hold Me by Maya Angelou. It is true I was created in you. It is also true that you were created for me. I owned your voice. It was shaped and tuned to soothe me. Your arms were molded into a cradle to hold me, to rock me. The scent of your body was the air perfumed for me to breathe. Mother, during those early dearest days, I did not dream that you had a larger life which included me among your other concerns, for I had a life which was only you. Time passed steadily and drew us apart. I was unwilling. I feared if I let you go, you would leave me eternally. You smiled at my fears, saying I could not stay in your lap forever, that one day you would have to stand, And where would I be? You smiled again. I did not. Without warning, you left me, but you returned immediately. You left again, and returned, I admit, quickly. But relief did not rest with me easily. You left again, but again returned. You left again, but again returned. Each time you re-entered my world, you brought assurance. Slowly I gained confidence. You thought you knew me, but I did know you. You thought you were watching me, but I did hold you securely in my sight, recording every movement, memorizing your smiles, tracing your frowns. In your absence, I rehearsed you, the way you had of singing on a breeze, while a sob lay at the root of your song. The way you posed your head so that the light could caress your face when you put your fingers on my hand and your hand on my arm. I was blessed with a sense of health, of strength, and very good fortune. You were always the heart of happiness to me, bringing nougats of glee, sweets of open laughter. I loved you even during the years when you knew nothing and I knew everything. I loved you still. Condescendingly, of course, from my high perch of teenage wisdom. I spoke sharply to you, often because you were slow to understand. I grew older and was stunned to find how much knowledge you had gleaned, and so quickly. Mother, I have learned enough now to know that I have learned nearly nothing. On this day when mothers are being honored, let me thank you that my selfishness, ignorance, and mockery did not bring you to discard me like a broken doll which had lost its favor. I thank you that you still find something in me to cherish, to admire, and to love. I thank you, Mother. I love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, feels
Sweet.
Let's see. Still have Tara, lyric. Yeah, does any of you two have something that fits well after this?
Mine both
I
are
have-
very different.
I have only the one. And no, not especially.
This could go fairly anywhere. Her poetry is somewhat scattered, but I love it.
Oh.
This one's Astasia Balderdash, a comma garden for Zaza Gabor. Pretense. Us, lovey, turtle-dovey, never the laissez-faire, Eve, likeness, hunter-gatheress, and avant-garden angels. Leaning intuit along all roads, which roguely led us to our Everest. Nevertheless, to be on the guest lust, augustly in unicorn with St. Elmo's fire in the dry, together Frigidaire. Easter eyes, where a morphine bath is as put up the shutters to grace as the waist is the fashion. Adulterous skills, overwintering in the Hamptons, where too much attention was paid to the dust. Neuter sadness, nearly black-boarded. The most likeliest, meticulous, Camulus, Erasmus, and the lashes are always hand-given. We would never be guilty of roses or fainting for a kingdom. We were only trying to encourage yellow. A giggle added to the rebellion, to inhale Saturnus and exhale birdfulness, to be barefoot and pageantry in front of the heather. As if that which thou seekest thou findest was which, as the frilly sigh, 12 hours from home on horseback, we too shall die of Virginia. It ripples down to your heart's critter. There is no humorous in the itinerary of bones. The full-blown pathos is in the for all that I would wildfire. She takes her coffee with a shot of cell phone. She takes tea and train with equal pertinence. She must be out of her exit sign. She must put the old poet to shame. She just burned alive without a secret. She took her panties off and wept. She will skinny and remain unwashed for months, and I will never walk again. Should our limbs begin to zombie about, belly up, no knees for ankles, a hot mess of legs on horseback, a hideous weed, I'd arduously like, and corrode and divork you. In a world that gives us diseases because of our love, ought to wear more hat. You are more poem than this.
I love that. The sense meets nonsense is so good.
It's so much, yeah, it's like, I haven't brought her before because I'm like, she doesn't really fit the theme, but it's so good.
She takes her coffee with a shot of cell phone.
I know.
All right. I'm gonna jump in with a smaller one. It's a little bit cute, I think. It's called Poet as Housewife by Elizabeth Ibers, translated from the Afrikaans by Jacqueline Pope. Always a broom leaned against a wall, meals never on time if they come at all, days without dates through which she moves, empty and stubborn, slightly confused. Ironing hung dejectedly over a chair, gestures that come from who knows where. Old letters unanswered piled together, papers and pills stuffed deep in a drawer. Thankful to be part of your heart's great whole, yet devoted to the limits of her own small skull. Oh, orderly biped, take heed. Leave her alone. Let her read.
Oh, that's lovely.
I love it. Oh, the last line is just so good.
Orderly biped.
Who wants to go next?
I could go next. I'm happy to only do one of mine in the interest of time, and because I know I've read already. So I will let you folks pick. There are two that I had in mind. One is Still I Rise by Maya Angelou, which is one of my favorites. And the other one is more political. It's slightly less on theme, but it's the poem that Amanda Gorman wrote for the presidential inauguration, The Hill We Climb. And I think she's just such a fucking badass for reading that poem at all, let alone in front of Donald Trump. So, yeah. It's okay if that's not quite what you're feeling right now, because I know it's bedtime for folks, but I will let the choice be yours.
They're both awesome, but I was really hoping that someone would read Still I Rise.
Yeah, I think because Mike requested it, I don't know. Yeah, let's go with that one.
I want to hear the other one too. I also have a friend I need to call at 10 more or less, so I can't.
We will find another theme for them. Maybe we'll do a political.
Or could we?
At some point.
We can just go slightly over time, right?
We definitely can. I would love to hear it as well.
Do you want to read Maya Angelou's one, and then I'll read my one, and then you can read Amanda Gorman's one?
I feel like Maya Angelou's one is a better one to end on. Should we do it the other way around?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, cool.
I also had one with an old woman.
Mm-hmm. So how are people feel? Like, we can also make, I don't know, like, first of all, how are people feeling? Are we okay with going over time? Or we can also have like a short break again where people can leave and then we do the bonus content. I don't know.
I'm good to
I'm
going.
good to carry on.
Good to keep going, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then.
Okay.
We'll do that. All right.
Cool. In that case, The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace. And the norms and notions of what just isn't always just if. And yet, the dawn is ours. Before we knew it, somehow we do it. Somehow we weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. We, the successors of a country and a time, where a skinny black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother, can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one. And yes, we are far from polished, far from pristine, but that doesn't mean that we are striving to form a union that is perfect. We are striving to forge our union with purpose, to compose a country committed to all cultures, colors, characters, and conditions of man. And so we lift our gaze not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We close the divide because we know to put our future first. We must first put our differences aside. We lay down our arms so we can reach out our arms to one another. We seek harm to none and harmony for all. Let the globe, if nothing else, say this is true. That even as we grieved, we grew. That even as we hurt, we hoped. That even as we tired, we tried. That we'll be forever tied together, victorious. Not because we will never again know defeat, but because we will never again sow division. Scripture tells us to envision that everyone shall sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. If we're to live up to our own time, then victory won't lie in the blade, but in all the bridges we've made. That is the promise to glade, the hill we climb, if only we dare. Because being American is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. We've seen a force that would shatter our nation rather than share it, would destroy our country if it meant delaying democracy. And this effort very nearly succeeded. But while democracy can be periodically delayed, it can never be permanently defeated. In this truth, in this faith we trust, for while we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on us. This is the era of just redemption. We feared at its inception. We did not feel prepared to be the heirs of such a terrifying hour. But within it, we found the power to author a new chapter, to offer hope and laughter to ourselves. So while we once asked, how could we possibly prevail over catastrophe? Now we assert, how could catastrophe possibly prevail over us? We will not march back to what was, but move to what shall be, a country that is bruised but whole, benevolent but bold, fierce and free. We will not be turned around or interrupted by intimidation, because we know our inaction and inertia will be the inheritance of the next generation. Our blunders become their burdens. But one thing that is certain, if we merge mercy with might and might with right, then love becomes our legacy and change our children's birthright. So let us leave behind a country better than the one we were left with. Every breath from my bronze-pounded chest, we will raise this wounded world into a wondrous one. We will rise from the gold-limbed hills of the West. We will rise from the windswept Northeast, where our forefathers first realized revolution. We will rise from the lake-rimmed cities of the Midwestern states. We will rise from the sun-baked South. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover in every known nook of our nation and every corner called our country. Our people, diverse and beautiful, will emerge, battered and beautiful. When the day comes, we step out of the shade, aflamed and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it.
Yeah, woo!
That's so powerful.
I need water now. That was a lot to read out.
That was, yeah.
Thank you.
Love that one.
So,
Was there anyone who was, apart from me, who was saying that they needed to leave on time? Because I don't anymore.
oh, nice.
He's too tired. He's going to bed.
I don't think so. Nobody said anything, at least.
Then
Right.
we probably have time for
I do-
everyone's, right?
I do, but I'm also really bad at finding the unmute button and have spent the last 30 seconds telling you that I was having to leave on time.
Oh, hey, Tristan.
that was really lovely. Thank you, everybody. And enjoy the rest of it. And I'll see you all around.
All right.
See you around,
Good
Tristan.
night.
Yeah, good to have you.
Good night.
Good
Chickens.
night. Bye.
I guess he's not usually on Zoom things that often, or what?
Or just video conferencing in general.
Yeah, but I mean, like most of us here pretty much have to find the unmute button every night. Um,
Right.
So,
Yeah. Do you want
Andrade,
to
you
go?
were saying you had one too?
Yes, Andra. Yeah. So
I have one about an old woman.
Mine
It can
is-
go now or it can go a bit later.
I don't have much feeling for what would be better. Mine is. I feel like it's like a not a public type inspirational speech in a sense. Like I guess the ones that Lyric is doing, I feel like public inspirational speeches.
Yeah, I was thinking about it like just before this and was like, well, everything I have is along the same theme. And
No, what I mean is like mine also is kind of an inspirational speech, but not like one that someone would give in public.
Ah,
that sounds like
that's interesting.
Yeah.
In a sense, kind of. I don't know, but that's how it felt to me. But
Right. Go for it, I'd say.
I need to find a light and stuff, so I don't know if Andrade wants to go while I find it. I mean, it's more of a tirade also, but
I'm here for a good tirade.
I just found it this morning and I was like, it'd be nice if there's a theme that will suit this sometime, and I'm just making it suit it because it's the poem I needed today. Okay. Sorry, I didn't bookmark it or anything. There we go. So this is from my Secret Santa present from Mike Murphy, which I actually asked for something specific, but it was work for him to get it for me, so it wasn't like I made his job easy. So this is by Marge Piercy. Kind of turn my video on even though you won't really be able to see me. Okay. And it's called The Good Go Down. I build stories. They own their own shapes, their rightful power and impetus. Plot them however I try, but always that shape is broadly just. I want to believe in justice, inexorable as the decay of an isotope. I want to plot the orbit of justice, erratic but inevitable as a comet's return. It is not blind chance I rail at, the floodwaters that carry off one house and leave its neighbour standing 1 foot above the high water's swelling grasp. It is that the good go down, not easily, not gently, not occasionally, not by random deviation and the topple of mischance, but almost always. Here is something new and true. No, you are too different, too raw, too spiced and gritty. We want one like the last one. We know how to sell that. We want one that praises us. We want one that puts down the ones we squat on. No aftertaste, no residue of fine thought smeared on the eyes. We want one just like all the others, but with a designer label and a clever logo. We want one we saw advertised in the New York Times. Are the controls working? Is the doorman on duty? Is the intercom connected? Is the monitor functioning? Is the incinerator on? It goes without saying. The brie shall be perfectly ripe. The wine shall be a second Cru Bordeaux from a decent year. There shall be one guest with a recent certified success, and we shall pass around plates of grated contempt for those who lack this much, of sugared envy for those who have more. For the young, not facile enough to imitate the powerful, not skilled enough liars to pretend sucking them is ecstasy, they erect a massive wall, the Himalayas of exclusion. For the old who speak too much of pain, they have a special Greenland of exile. Old Birnbaum, nobody reads her anymore. I thought she was dead. Once she is, and her cat starves, she will become a growth industry. Only kill yourself and you can be consumed too, an incense-preferred icon. It is the slow, mean defeat of the good that I rail against, the small, pallid contempt of the well-placed for those who do not lack the imaginative power to try. The good who are warped by passion as granite is twisted into mountains and metamorphosed by fire into marble, who speak too loud in vulgar tongues because they have something to say, who mean what they make down to their bones, who commit the uncouth error of feeling, of saying what they feel, of making others feel. Their reward is to be made feel worthless. Goodness is not dangerous enough. I want goodness like a Nike armed with the warhead of rightful anger. I want goodness that can live on sand and stones and wring wine from burrs. Goodness that can put forth fruit, manured with the sewage of hatred. The good must cultivate their anger like fields of wheat that must feed them, if they are ever to win.
Oh, I think I needed to hear that.
That was great.
Yeah, I complain quite often to Michael that a lot of people think I'm really lovely. And I was complaining to him about it again yesterday. And I said, I don't want to just be lovely. I want to be fierce. Yeah. And then I read that like first thing this morning because I asked for a poem. So, yes, I want to commit uncouth errors of feeling and making people feel.
What a wonderful feeling to have, and like have that poem with the right timing of getting that feeling.
I know, I just opened it at that page.
Perfect.
Poem found you, it knew.
Yeah. It was funny because when I was reading it, I was like, this doesn't sound inspirational. It sounds really down. And then I was like, no, I trust these guys. I think that they'll like totally get that it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Andrada, would you like to go next with your old woman poem?
Sure. It's called An Old Woman's Birthday, and it's written by Edwin Morgan. That's me 94. If we are celebrating, I'll take a large drambuie, many thanks, and then I'll have a small one every evening for the next 6 years. After that, something quick and I'll be off. A second century doesn't entice. When I was a girl, you thought you would live forever. Those endless summer twilights under the trees, sauntering, talking, clutching a modest glass of Grandpa's punch diluted to suit young ladies. Diluted? It didn't seem so. The crafty old man loved to see us glowing. Certainly not swaying, but just ever so slightly, what'd you say, Hi. Life put all that away. I drove an ambulance through shells, ruins, mines, cries, blood, frightful, days of frightfulness. Who could forget? It is not to be dwelt on. We do what we can. If this is hell and there is no other, we are tempered. I was tempered. Fires, fires. I was a woman then. I was not broken. No angel either. The man I married knew that. Well, we had our times. What are quarrels for but to make amends, get stronger? We did. We were. He's gone now. I don't have a budgie in a cage, but I am one, and if you want me to sing, it will take more than cuttlebone and mirror, more than Drambuie, more than if there was ever good news out of Iraq where my ambulance would keep me day and night without sleep. More than what I say here, sitting waiting for my son to come and see me, perhaps with flowers, chocolate, a card. Oh, I don't know. He's late. He's ill. He's old. I forget his heart is worse than mine, but still, I know he'll do his best. You really want me to sing? Come on then. You sing first, then a duet. I love a duet.
Thank you, Clara. Who doesn't love a duet?
I was reminiscing about singing duets the other day. Michael doesn't know how to sing in tune.
Maybe Ara will learn it, and then
She will. Yeah, I just can't teach her to sing any particular thing yet, but she will, and I'm really looking forward to it.
On the topic of children singing, there were, I think I heard 2, maybe 3 children singing in the store while I was working today.
Oh,
it was very cute.
Mm-hmm.
My littlest nephew's been starting to sing, and his mom loves the song Home by Edward Sharpe, the Magnetic Zeros. And every now and then when I'm on a call from her, I'll just hear a tiny voice in the background go, home, let me home. Like not in tune, but
That's
just like
adorable.
so enthusiastic. Just like the first one's quiet and then mumble, mumble.
Very cute. All right. Before we end up just having our after chats, before we actually finished, maybe let's tie it up first.
Have it.
Let's have lyric with the last one. Do you want to close us out?
Thank you for letting me do the honors. I love this poem. Cool. Still I ride. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still, I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise, up from a past that's rooted in pain. I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, Welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Yay.
Beautifully read.
Yeah. It's always so powerful.
One of those poems that one day I'm going to be surprised that I start reading it and I just know all the words at some point.
Yeah. All right, you. Let's say goodbye to the catch-up crew, and then we can have our...
And thank you to Andrea for hosting. That was a wonderful session.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, catch-up crew. Come close. Come close. All right, catch-up crew. We love you very much. Take care. Take care of yourself. And we'll see each other very soon. Bye.
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 Bye.